Hi everybody, it's Sandy here and it is Saturday evening on the 4th of November and we have had a full moon, super moon today, and I know many have actually found this week a bit like being in a pressure cooker, that it's just been a really interesting week to navigate. Goodness me. So yeah, I'm here this evening in the Rosy Temple. We have had the first day of a house whisperessing weekend today. So we've had a pretty full-on day exploring the energy of spaces. Hi Vicky, hi. And so we've got another day coming tomorrow. So I just felt to find this breathing space so that I could step forward and do this rose reading for you. So yeah, interesting times. Hi Viv. Hi. So yes, interesting times indeed, and powerful point of transformation for us, and this opportunity now of really starting to move forward. We've had major planetary shifts. We've had Jupiter going into Scorpio, Western, and an opportunity to move forward, an opportunity to shift. I felt really strongly drawn to create a new rose essence. Many of you know that I've created the 333 essences, and they were very much triggered by the eclipses earlier on in the year, very much to create a transformational portal for us at that point, and the very strong energy to create the fourth essence in the 333 essences this weekend. So the essence that I've made this weekend is all about letting go, and very much about letting go with love, letting go of the past, letting go of the past stories, so that we can more clearly see our path forward and step forward with power and with the fullness of our hearts in opening to the new. And what is really fascinating is that as I drew the cards to come forward for this reading, hi Lisa, hello. It was really clear that actually the three roses that that have come forward for this reading, and as you know, I shuffle the deck between each cards, and I tune in and ask for the roses that have got the message for us, the most potent message for us at this time. And the message is, hi Erica. The messages that have come the roses that have come forward this time are 3 of the 6 ones that have got a connection into the essence that I made last evening. And I find that absolutely extraordinary, the wisdom that these roses have for us, and how they offer us such a graceful holding in a period of transformation. The more I've come to work with the roses, and also of course my work with houses, I've come to realise that this is indeed the greatest opportunity that we have to release trauma that we hold within the body. And as this is the inner temple to our expression in the world, being the outer temple, this first level of our outer expression, this place of clearing the trauma that we may have embedded in our spaces through our journey, and also of course the trauma on the land. And I've been very fortunate in the consultation opportunities that I've had just recently to work clearing the template on a bigger scale, and I'm hoping to share with you quite a bit more. I've got a job coming up in the south of France, which is a big storyline that's going to be a very interesting one, which I'm hoping to film, of clearing these past memories and templates on the land. the trauma. You know, this time is, if we are working to heal and clear the trauma and the memories that we've stored at a cellular level in the body, so Mother Earth is wanting to clear and release trauma that is held on her surface, on her in her energy field. So there's there's some exciting and interesting pieces that are coming up that hopefully will help to expedite our movement into being able to hold this higher frequency energy field without getting so thrown off by everything else that's going on around us. So I hope you've all navigated it relatively well this week. I've spoken to several people today who were awake at 5:22 this morning, which was the point of the zenith of the full moon, and the energies certainly were intense and woke many of us here. Well, 5:22 here in the UK. I know Lisa's in New Jersey, so yes, let's see what the roses have got to share with us for this particular reading. So, are you drawn to rose card 1? Are you drawn to rose card 2? Or are you drawn to rose card 3? And as ever, you know, the roses, when we look at them individually, can have a particularly interesting note for us. But when we look at them as the collective of the three, the collective energies of the three, they can often offer us a different insight into something else. So be open to this something else being shown within the reading. So if you were drawn to Rose card 1, she is Rose Angel 3. And interestingly, as I say, we've got Lisa Nixon on the call this evening, and Lisa lives quite close by to where this particular rose was flagged up to be photographed and to be included into the deck. So this one came from the garden of a lady called Ellie Corder, and she's a yellow knockout rose, and this particular rose called to be included in the Rose Angel set. These 5 energies of transformation that are offered to include the jewels of the heart, the healing process of the heart. So this particular rose sits on the ajna, on the third eye, and she is the graceful transformer of the judgment patterning that we may hold in the body to harness the jewel, which is forgiveness. And this really is one of the most powerful elements that we can utilize in our pathway to wholeness, in coming into this place of forgiveness, and forgiveness for those that have come into our pathway and shown us where our wounded places are, forgiveness for the journey, the experiences that we've had on the journey. And most of all, when we look at judgment, we are so very good at judging ourselves. There can be a constant chatter going on at an internal level that brings us into this place of diminishing our light through our judgment of ourselves. So this is the time when we need to make special attention to forgiving ourselves, and forgiving ourselves for perhaps the choices that we've made that have taken us on a circuitous route or a painful or a tricky journey. We make choices from the patterning and the programs that are running within us we think that this is the only planet of free choice, but actually we don't have any free choice when it comes to making a lot of our choices. You know, it's an automatic. Oh, hi, hello from Texas. Hi, I think that's Amanda. So the this is this place of really being able to be gracious with ourselves, to find this kindness deep within us that allows us to have forgiveness for our own journey, and that of course allows us to release a lot of the memory or the trauma that might be difficult that we're holding on to. You'll notice with this rose that she's one of the more open roses in the deck, and she has almost like two arms wrapped round her heart, so you can see her clearly. She's a 5-petaled rose, which was the original imprint of the roses, almost like a dog rose. And actually the oldest fossilized remains that were found of that sort of 5-petaled dog rose imprint was over 30 million years old. So the rose has been on this planet a long time. My sense is that she's got a very strong connection to Venus. Anyway, this rose, you'll see she's almost giving herself a hug. She's got these almost like arms wrapped around her heart. And sometimes that place where we need to be kind to ourselves. So if you've drawn rose card 1, you were drawn to rose card 1, look at anywhere in which there is compassion for self, and recognizing where we hold this judgment. We hold judgment of ourselves, or we'll hold judgment of another. You know, we can get into patterns of feeling wronged, or we can have a view perhaps even of our childhood. And the more we hold on to that, the more it gets embedded into the cellular structure in our bodies. And we need to travel light now. We need to travel as light. And so everything that we can transform, everything that we can transform within the cellular structure of our bodies opens us up to bringing more of that light into the body, so that we can be truly radiant in our process. So Rose 1, Rose Angel 3, and she's calling you to release all judgment and to open yourself up to forgiveness and compassion and grace for your journey, and perhaps give yourself a hug. So, Rose card 2. If you were drawn to Rose card 2, she is Rose Ma 9. And hello, hi Joanne from Yorkshire. Yeah, we have Rose Ma 9. She says, I am unconditional love. I am that. I hold that frequency as my highest ideal of my journey. And unconditional love is something to be aspired to, and it's constantly being mindful and aware of the patterns and the programs that we run, because unconditionality is a beingness, not a doingness. It really is a walking your talk. Can I love regardless? It is a total of beingness. So often our view of love is that it is conditional. You do this for me and I'll do this for you. This rose is saying, no, 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 this is way beyond this. This is bringing through and being love, not doing love. It's a beingness, and that goes through absolutely everything, every cell of our bodies. This is such a beautiful rose. She, radiates from that centre. And that's really what we're being called to do, to weed out, to filter out anything where there is still an energy charge, where there is still a story attached. And we know when somebody's said something or done something, or we've had a thought form that actually still has got an emotional charge for us. And that's the time when we need to take stock and thread back down through the storyline to actually pull the root out. I liken it to a dandelion that's sitting in between two paving slabs, and you can keep taking the top off the dandelion, but if you want to clear the dandelion, you have to take the root out. And this is the place for us. We need to pull out anywhere which causes us to contract, to pull away from. And she calls us, to open, to be courageous and open to life. Because if we keep stories within us, we will contract. There's always a conditionality. We don't say yes to life, we say maybe. And she is saying, this is the time. This is the time. If we are in this openness to let go of the past and really step forward into a future place, she is the best ally that we can have, the best reminder of blossoming. So, Rose card 3, and Rose card 3 is Rose Angel 10. And this rose is again another one of the rose angels, but it's like that petal on the front is like an invitation in. And she is so beautiful, this rose. She's actually, I've got this rose in a big scarf that I've got up as wall art in my room, in my bedroom. And her energy is just fabulous. And she is the rose that is the transformer of the wound of abandonment. So that wound sits base second chakra, and she says, she's all to do with self-love, self-value, self-esteem, and that being the foundational plate that allows for everything else to blossom, everything else to bloom in our lives. She's just a beauty. I'm just going to read. Lisa says, yes, Rose card 3 called to me. She is just a stunner. This work for many of us has been this return to self, to return home, come back home here. That the journey has been so much around our external presence, but this is the journey home, and the essential in the journey home is to work with that lower chalice. So she sits in the womb place. She is that energy that enables us to have that sense of being able to honour the gifts that we bring, honour ourselves in friendship, honour ourselves in relationship, and actually know that we are worth that. So many of us have run the pattern of being diminished by our childhood or our relationship experiences, and this cannot take us further. So she stands in all her beauty. She's actually a David Austin rose, and she's called the Queen of Sweden. And for any of you that have done the Rose Alchemy or the Way of the Rose classes that have been around bringing in the Queen, you'll know that this place, this lower chalice, has to be this beautiful golden chalice, not a leaky colander, but a golden chalice that holds this sort of radiance, this sense of beauty and alignment within, that allows us to move up from that chalice in base second chakra, up to the heart, and then up to the pineal gland. These are the three chalices that are held within the feminine. That heart center one is really the center of the wise woman. But it has to come on the foundation of self-love, self-value, self-esteem. So if you were drawn to this particular rose, Rose Angel 10, this is the, she's calling you to say, is there anywhere here that you need to do some work? Anywhere that you need to step up, or you need to establish that place within you of self-love, self-value and self-esteem. All else can blossom from that. So, yes, 3 powerful, powerful roses for our reading today. And as I say, they are 3 of the 6 that called forward to be part of the grid of roses and crystals that were part of the creation of the essences last night. And those essences will be available by the time we get to the middle of next week. They'll be available on the website. So, here we go. We have Rose Angel 3, reminding ourselves, of forgiveness. And the forgiveness starts with ourselves. That we really honour ourselves and the journey. So for so many of us have been on slightly challenged journeys to get to this point, and I really feel that we've got this just a little time now, a little window of time before we go into 218. And this is the place where we're really honing our craft. We are really making sure that we've done the work that we came to do this year. And we've been diligent in our work, in our housekeeping, actually, in order to be in the best position that we can be to go to step forward into the new energies. And there we are. We've got Rosemar 9, I am unconditional love. This movement into the beingness of love that allows us to carry that energy out into the world in presence. And here she says, self-love, self-value, self-esteem is the foundation, is the underpinning of all of this. Otherwise, we're... Viv, you called forward for Rose 3 as well. Yeah. So, yes, powerful roses. We've got fireworks going off all around the house here this evening. So I'm really pleased I've got my cats in. And, yeah, what powerful times we're in. So... there are more classes going up on the website. The new, for 218 Rose Alchemy classes will be starting again in January. We've already got bookings for that. And there is just one day left if anybody fancies one of the beautiful rose scarves that are on offer till tomorrow night. So this one is she's the last rose in the deck, so she's Rosemar 11, and she says, I am protector. She's got very strong swan energy, and it's the first time that she's called to be behind me in the reading. So anyway, I wish you really well, and may you be blessed by this full moon. It's been a super moon. It's been a real doozy of a moon to work our way through, but these are pulse points. They are pulse points on our journey forward, and they give us the opportunity to bring focus to what's complete, what needs to be released, what needs to be acknowledged, and for us to then be able to move forward and step gracefully on our path. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for your interest in my work and the roses. And yeah, love and rosy blessings to you. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now. Bye-bye.